Hello everybody, my name is Sylvester. As Lynn said, we all have different problems. And my addiction was cocaine. And it started from a very young age. Growing up with the cards that were led in my life, I played those cards in my life. Knowing that I had a void on the inside of me. And I met this wonderful man right here. He showed me his book, Recover With Me, Passport to Freedom. I took the fourth and fifth step, and I started thinking about those reserves, those things that happened to me in my past life, no love being there. And growing up trying to fill this void with drugs and alcohol, but I was just on a path of loneliness and upsetness. Have anybody ever took inventory of their home when they go shopping and they find out they need these ingredients in their life or in their cupboards? I had to find out I had to change my ingredients in my life. From anger, from pain, to dishonesty, to love, to trust, and honesty and good positive people. I had to do a moral inventory of myself. And that moral inventory of myself was cleaning out the inside man. All his fears, facing my fears. I diligently wrote out some stuff about me from my past life. I had to go back to my past and relive it. Not physically, but mentally and emotionally and spiritually. And what I came up about my past, was the insecurities of my fears that led me to use drugs and alcohol. See, hopefully y'all know that drugs and alcohol is just a symptom of really what's going on in one's life. And I had to come to this conclusion that I was powerless. And when I look at powerless, I looked at powerless as being helpless. I was helpless to my drug of choice, which was cocaine. And I grew up that life, and I thought this was the way to live life, and I accepted that life. But I was spiritually bankrupt. I was heading to a one-way path to death. And miraculously, my life has changed. I've been clean and sober for a little over 30 days. And through all this time, I've been married 9 years. And you know what? My higher power has kept my wife and my children for me. And I have a great peace. I have a lot of serenity. And I can be honest with myself. I think a person has to have honesty and integrity to be able to admit his wrongness and to be able to want to change. That's what I had to do. I had to admit that I was wrong. But I also had to admit that it wasn't because of my wrongness. It was things in my life from being a little kid to up to this moment that caused me to get to the place where I was at. And the principles that I learned from this book, unlike, AA book, the big book, is very different. My sponsor, he goes into it very deep. He actually writes out the steps and questionnaires on how you need to recover, on things you need to do. Rather with the big book, it's just like a just doing it thing. I can just say just do it, but what are you going to do to do it? What kind of steps? What are you going to do with your life? Today I'm looking at life different. I'm looking at things as being positive, and taking my time with whatever I do, learning how to do things one day at a time. I'm happy today. I feel good about myself. I really do. I'm at a good serenity and a good peace. I remember times in my life I just run around and do things, because I didn't have no clue of what my life was about. But as I started reading and understanding things on how life's supposed to go, my life changed miraculously. I just want to thank my higher power. I just want to thank him for putting people in front of my path. Without other people in your life, you can't accomplish things that you're supposed to accomplish. I just thank you.